What a moment in front of us, folks.
This is quite a matchup.
He hits one to the moon. That ball is deep, and she is gone. The Yankees with starting pitching surprisingly good.
Good layoff to high gas.
A wave and a miss. Down he goes.
The Rays find a way to do it every year. Put together a competitive team.
That's a shot deep into right. Home run.
A nice defensive play.
These are two outstanding ball clubs.
MLB on TBS Tuesdays from the big stadium in the Bronx. We welcome you from Yankee Stadium. Good crowd filing in on a picture-perfect night for the grand old game, and it's an AL East rivalry. The Tampa Bay Rays and the New York Yankees. It's the first game of a three-game series here in the Bronx. With that, we welcome you. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Anderson along with Ron Darling. We'll hear from Jemai Webster here in just a moment. Doubleheader of baseball today on TBS. We're going to have Angels-Dodgers a little bit later. We started here with the Rays and the Yankees. And, Ronnie, let's kick it off with the New York Yankees. An incredible start to the season. One of their best ever in franchise history. And that's saying something. They have the best record in all of baseball.
Brian, first 60 games, 44-16. They've won 11 in a row here at Yankee Stadium. Big reason is Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge on a pace to drive in 130, to score 140 runs, and even more importantly, in 1961, 61 years ago, Roger Maris hit 61 home runs. Aaron Judge this year on a pace to hit 65.
Historic home run back in 61. It was a major league record for a long, long time, and now Aaron Judge trying to break a Yankee record and do that this year. He's on that pace. He has been one of the great players in the game. You can call him maybe the best player in the game. All right, let's switch gears and talk about the Tampa Bay Rays. They sit here 10 games over 500, but this is a team that has been riddled by injuries, and yet they continue to maintain pace as they try to contend in the East.
Well, you know why? Because they pitched really well. The problem really has been is their offense. They're on a pace to score 200 less runs than they did last year when they were number 2 behind the Astros, and a lot of it is because of the injuries. You look at Zunino, you look at Lau, you look at Franco. Franco might be one of the most important young players in the game, and they traded away Wendell and Meadows, 2 big pieces, and Cruz, of course, who's having a big year in Washington.
Do have a big-name pitching matchup here tonight. Corey Kluber, of course, a former Yankee, 2-time Cy Young Award winner against Garrett Cole. You ready for a Turner Sports debut, Ronnie?
I can't wait.
It is Jemai Webster. Welcome to the Turner family, Jemai. Great to have you with us.
Hey, great to be here, Brian. Thank you so much. Excited to work with you and Ron tonight, but even more excited about this exceptional pitching matchup that you just laid out with 4-time All-Star Garrett Cole against the 2-time Cy Young winner Corey Kluber. Now, Yankees fans very familiar with Kluber. He spent last season here in the Bronx, and he accomplished quite a feat. Through the 12th no-hitter in Yankees history, Aaron Boone said that night the movement on his pitches, that's what stood out. Now, these guys, they met before on May 28th, each going 6 strong innings. Kluber and the Rays enter 9 games back of the Yankees in the division. He said this week, not much more emphasis on this series than any other division series, meaning he won't get wrapped up in that because the way he put it, it's so early that this stuff takes away from the focus of trying to win that night. Now, Garrett Cole will be trying to turn the page after allowing a career-high 5 home runs in his last outing against the Twins lineup. We've got a good one tonight. First pitch from the Bronx with Brian Anderson and Ron Darling on the way next.
MLB on TBS Tuesdays is brought to you by Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. By Michelin, motion for life. And by America's Best, where you won't overpay for glasses or contacts.
The Fort Train bringing you into the Bronx and Yankee Stadium. It is 81 degrees. It is such a beautiful night for baseball. These are the kind of nights you dream of when you survive that long winter. We're set up for game 1 of this 3-game series. The Rays and the Yankees, they're going to see a lot of each other here in the next 2 weeks. Let's check that Tampa Bay Rays batting order. Yandy Diaz, Harold Ramirez, Manny Margot at the top. Ji-Man Choi, Randy Arozarena, and Kevin Kiermaier make up the middle of Kevin Cash's order. And as Isaac Paredes, Francisco Mejia, and Taylor Walls rounding out the starting 9. Corey Kluber on the mound for the Tampa Bay Rays matching up against Garrett Cole. And Ronnie, it's been a much different story at home versus his road start. It's been great here at Yankee Stadium.
Yes, he has, Brian. But that ERA is a little bit inflated because his last start in Minnesota, he ended up giving up 5 home runs, which is very un-Cole-like. One of the best pitchers in the game. But against Tampa Bay, they never really score the Yankees for him. His last 9 starts, they've only won 2 times. And then behind Garrett Cole, defensively, Trevino, who's had a magical year so far behind the plate. LeMahieu, Connor Falefa at shortstop. He's had a solid year. Torres and Anthony Rizzo with those 4 Gold Gloves. 7 on the corners with DJ LeMahieu. Joey Gallo in left field. Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton playing right. Judge has been playing a lot of center field this season.
Judge having a great year at the plate, an excellent outfielder as well. There is the pride of Compton, California, Malachi Moore, out of the Urban Youth Academy. Great success story calling the balls and strikes. Corey Blazer, Mark Ripperger, and the crew chief is over at third base, Phil Cuzzy. If we are in need of a replay challenge, he'll be the man to administer that. All the pieces in place. And Yandy Diaz striding to the plate as the Rays leadoff hitter. These two teams played a 4-game series in St. Petersburg at the end of May. And they split the 4-game series. The Yankees won the first 2, and then the Rays won the last 2. And this is a rematch between Garrett Cole and Corey Kluber from May 28th.
Only 21 runs scored in that 4-game series between the two clubs.